Can you tell me the price of a loaf of bread, a litre of petrol and a rapid antigen test?
And today, that loaf of bread was all anyone could talk about.
Oh, mate, I'm just normal white bread toast. That's me. I'm not actually. I mean, but it depends which bread. I mean, how many different types of bread have people got in their homes these days? How many types of different milk? Enjoy your almond latte. I mean, not even all the milk actually comes from a cow anymore. Enjoy your sourdough toast.
Our White Toast PM.
That's me.
Today, dishing up some of the best bread-related content since this woman.
I think it was refreshingly honest from the Prime Minister.
So you don't think it's important for the Prime Minister of our country to know how much bread and milk costs?
Well, you're the Prime Minister, you can't just rock down to your local Woolies and even just go through the express lane. You can't do that.
And there's no express lane through the hurt either. Scott Morrison also dealing with attacks of a more personal nature.
In this job, you take the brickbats and you take the bouquets.
What people say in text messages on Twitter, frankly, doesn't matter anything.
People say nasty things about you as Prime Minister all the time. No one cares if the Prime Minister's feelings hurt, and I understand that. It doesn't matter. I really don't care, Ali.
The identity of the government minister who labelled the PM a complete psycho in text to Gladys Berejiklian before leaking those texts remains a mystery for now.
Has anyone come forward and confessed to you to the texts?
No.
Have you asked your office to investigate who that minister is?
I'm not fussed.
These are extraordinary text messages from the people who know Scott Morrison the best.
Yeah, I think their position as a minister would be untenable.
If the journalist is confident in his sources, he should release them.
If you know anything about this, don't wait to be outed. Out yourself and give an explanation. Maybe you had a bad day in the office. I don't know.
Scott Morrison determined to shift the conversation into more comfortable territory.
The scuttlebutt that runs around Canberra, who cares? How you manage the economy, how you manage the nation's finances, that's what matters to the Australian people.
A valiant attempt at changing topic, PM, but as far as saucy content goes, it's no breadgate, is it?
Enjoy your sourdough toast.
Well, speaking of saucy content, it's ABC Insider's host David Spears with us. Spearsy, will this breadgate gear have any impact on voters, do you think?
Probably not long term, one of those embarrassing moments if you don't know the answer, but the PM was probably best not to guess and wildly undershoot what the cost of some of these basics are. I do think, though, that the reason it's probably not going to hurt too much long term is he's got too many other problems to deal with. But cost of living generally will be one of them. I mean, if petrol keeps going up, childcare, your food prices and wages aren't keeping up, we're all going backwards, and that is going to hurt in an election.
All right, Spearsy, let's play the game that I'm sure everybody's playing. Who sent it? Who called Scott Morrison a complete psycho?
Well, first of all, you got to narrow the pool down, right? I mean, is it just someone in his party room? No, is someone in his cabinet. So you're talking about a small group. Who would have sent it? Presumably someone who's pretty close to Gladys Berejiklian, close enough that you share intimate and rather scathing thoughts on the character of the Prime Minister. But look, you can do your head in trying to guess where a leak to a journalist comes from. Whenever there's a juicy scoop like this, you always get this guessing game, and we'll probably never know. And I don't think the Prime Minister necessarily wants to know that desperately either.
I didn't get to hear a name there at all, Spearsy. If you're going to enter the competition, the T's and C's, we need a name.
Look, I'll tell you, I've had a few conversations with people in the Cabinet today about it to get their best guess. And some of them do say, well, would it be someone in New South Wales? Would it be someone on the moderate side of the Liberal Party? There's a couple of people like Maurice Payne, Paul Fletcher, who fit that category, but few think they would be the type to leak something like that to a journalist.
Well, Barnaby's urging whoever it was to out themselves. Do you think they will have to eventually do it, or will this eventually blow over?
No, there's no chance of that. Look, a couple of things. Gladys Berejiklian says she can't recall. Well, you can actually search your text messages, put in the word psycho and see what comes up in your history of text messages. The other thing they could do is, ask every cabinet minister to hand in their phone so they can go through it. But they're not going to do that, right? They don't want this to go any further, any inquiry, investigation, internal examination of this. That's it. They'll be hoping it all blows over.
It seems like Scott Morrison's not having fun at the moment. I think we can say that. When he goes out, it doesn't matter what he announces, the conversation turns into territory that he wouldn't like. He's really getting pummeled. If he's going to have to go through this till May, it's a very long time. Can you see the direction of travel turning in the meantime, or is it kind of set now?
Look, it can, but the clock's ticking, your time's running out, and his path to victory is getting narrower and narrower. Now, it was a horror summer for him politically because of all the problems we all know about Omicron and the rat tests and so on. The opinion polls at the start of the year have been terrible for him as well. Yesterday at the National Press Club, a torrid time, as even he acknowledged today. So, he just can't get that clear air that he desperately needs. What he wants to do is get us all focused back on the economy. Unemployment's looking good. Things are going to get better on the economy. That's where he wants the fight, not on all these problems that we're all focused on, including the cost of bread and what Gladys Berejiklian really thinks of it.
All right, Spearsy, we'll let you go, but thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.